Alright guys, well I was talking to someone the other day and they've turned around and said to me that this isn't that old. So that plate that they put on isn't very old at all. They told me just to have a bit of a cut around and basically just see what I can, see. So I'm just going to burn that top layer off and see exactly what's going on underneath. Alright, yeah, don't know how we're going to go here, but it might just fizz and fart and knock back on us. See just there where I'm pointing with the chipping hammer, there's a hole. The person that said that this wasn't done that long ago, yeah, right. Alright, so inside wasn't much of a success. There's just too much shit in there. So I've cut a massive hole over here. We'll have a look at that in a minute, but you can see where the material's really thin, just up in this point. I'm just going to get the burner, I'm just going to cut along this weld line here now. Prick of the torch. In there and have a look at what we've done. Oh shit. Okay, so now you can see I've got a sizable hole in the bottom of the boat. Here we've got a nice piece of 8mm plate. Okay, and then just above it is a piece of 6mm plate. So what they've done, they've welded this plate on the base over the top of the original hole. And they've covered up, basically they've covered up this. While the fix itself was probably pretty good, it was never a long-lasting fix. This piece of plate here was the first bit that I cut out inside, from the inside. You can see there now it's really not 8mm thick, it's more like 5.5. So even though they laminated this over the top of the original hole, it was degrading as well. So just as well I'm cutting it out. This is the bit closer to the edge, so you can see a big difference in thickness. I'm just going to have a bit of a think for a few days. For some reason this is really daunting to me, and I don't understand why. I don't know whether it's because of the unknown that was there originally or what, but I know I can fix it. I've done worse, I've fixed worse. The thing is though, I've fixed worse for other people, not myself. And I'm just wondering if that's why. What I'm hoping is the distance from the keel to here is under 600mm where I'm cutting the weld, because a sheet of plate is 1200mm wide. So that means if I halve a sheet, I'll have enough to repair each side. To me it only looks like it's 500, but yeah, it doesn't mean it's not. But if that's 500, that means I can bring it out to here. And outside there's a bit of a trouble zone there that I'm concerned about. I'll continue to cut this out for a few days. I'll cut down both sides and I'll strip it out and see where I'm at. Yeah, what I really need is a good couple of days on it, not some afternoons after work. That is the plan soon. Once we've got a few things sorted out with the house, I'll just come up here on a Saturday and do a bit of work. Alright, going forward, I think what I can do, I think I'll get some beams and I'll run them along the length of the hole. First up, I'll cut along this weld line, continue cutting all the way along. Then I'll get some beams and I'll just tack weld the beams on there, so that when I take all this steel work out on the inside, because I'm going to have to take those stringers there. The stringers are badly corroded too. It's only 3mm thick in places. Up here it's about probably 6, and up here it's about probably 8. I actually know why it is daunting. It's because the further I go, the more I'm finding, and I know I can't leave it like that, because this is going to be my home. Well, this is going to be mine and Cheryl's home. Right, I better go and get a tape, start to pack up. I need to hang around here for about half an hour longer. So by the time I've packed up, everything should be cool enough for me to go home with. There's a bit of dry grass around at the moment, and I'd hate to be the one to start a fire. On the upside, if it rains, there's no water going to stay in there anymore. So these stringers, they run from the forward bulkhead of the engine room to the aft bulkhead of the engine room. So I'm going to cut these out, and I'm just going to make up new ones that are full length, and then I'm going to put them all in situ. These ribs that are here, I'm going to make them up as well. I'm going to paint up underneath them, and I'll paint all this out and get it all nice and finished off, and then I'll come back along and I'll put the floor in and then paint the bottom out. That way I can guarantee that there's no rust going to sit up underneath those ledges there. So the plan is to continue to cut all that material out this week. I found out that plate that they laminated the hole with is 600 wide, or 3 feet.
So what that means is I can't use a standard size sheet to repair that without putting extra welds in there. I'm not prepared to do that, so I'm going to source some larger sheets. I think I'll look at buying a 1800 wide sheet, which will give me 900 each side, and I'm going to see if I can get them a full 4 metres long. That way I have one sheet of plate each side. I just have to lift it up there, clip it and weld it. I think that's a much better idea than putting a lot of welds in. The sheets are available, and if anything, they're a little bit cheaper than buying a standard sheet. Alright, well that'll do for today. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch up with you later. Bye.